Hey everybody, we're
Um,
here for a new episode of Tier List Line on the RLG cast. I'm here with Puttyman. JD's not here again. He's been sick for about 8 weeks at this point by the time I post all of these videos. We gave you a mild spoiler in the last video that what this might be. We're gonna be ranking Jim Carrey movies. It's a pre-made list, so we're just taking it how it is. She comes
I
and
lo-
she goes when she's there.
and hopefully he remembers this and doesn't put these tier lists out of order.
I mean, you never know what I'm gonna do when I do something, so.
uh,
So we're gonna jump into tier list line right now. Unfortunately, I'm in control, so we never know what's gonna happen. Here's how we're doing it. We're just doing your basic S, A, B, C, D, F.
Tab Kadif.
There's a lot of movies on this list if you want to see that I have never seen or heard of in my
Same.
life, or know that Jim Carrey was in Deadpool for some reason. But whatever's here is the way she'll go.
And that's
So
not the Deadpool you think it is. It's the Deadpool with what's his name? I can't think of his name
Clint
now.
Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. Thank you. I couldn't think
All
of his name
right,
for a
so
second.
Christmas Carol, Putty.
A good holiday movie. I feel there's another holiday movie better than that. I would put it B or C. I was quick to the draw, but that's honestly how I feel.
All right, that is fair enough. Um, if I was able to zoom out and this computer worked, I'm sure I would do that.
I feel like we just have too many letters.
Should we delete a letter?
I think we should delete her. I think we should get the D or the F out. Nobody wants to see the D.
All right. I don't think you need a D. You just F it. Dark Crimes. This movie absolutely sucks. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Don't ever watch this movie. I
I
think it's
agree.
also one of the lowest rated movies ever on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. But we do get an older, very scruffier version, which of course is on the picture anyway. But we get a very different type of Jim Carrey in that movie, which yeah, when he's going for the more serious roles, it's better. He's done other better roles than that. So anyway, moving on.
Anyways, what about Dumb and Dumber 2?
I actually like it, but better than the first one in my eyes, no. I would say it would be like a high to low B. I mean, we have a lot of movies here, so that's why I kind of look at it that way.
You know what? You know what? We're gonna add a row. We're
Oh,
adding
good
back the
Lord.
row because I
We're
think
doing it
we're gonna
live.
need it. Oops, I just changed the wrong one, and that's when you're doing it live. Anyways, yeah. So this row we're just gonna put back D. I think it makes sense. Why not? What pain have we caused to the on Earth? And there's definitely gonna be a D in here. You know what I
Okay.
mean? The
So
putty
you feel
loves
this is
the
a
D.
D? I did not say I love the D.
I mean, but you didn't say you didn't love the D.
I do
Anyways,
love the D. The Dandelions. Okay,
Dumb and
okay.
Dumber 2. Sorry, I forgot to put D back.
Dumb and
Dumb and
Dumber
Dumber
is the
2,
D.
I think it's a D. I don't think it's bad enough to be an F.
I'm with that.
You're with that?
Yeah, I'm,
It's
I'm
not a
okay with
good
that.
movie though.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Horton Hears a Who.
Uh, I mean, it's a good movie. I think it's a really good movie for a. It's one of the better versions of, what do you call it? Of Dr. Seuss movies, honestly. But it's kind of weird to think where it would go as far as like popularity. Yeah, you're placing it really good. Actually, I feel really comfortable with that one.
Yeah, okay. I can live with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I Love You, Philip Morris. I think this is a pretty good movie. I
I
know you
haven't seen
haven't
it,
seen it.
unfortunately.
It's like a
Yeah.
C.
Okay.
Burt Wonderstone.
I
Olivia
think this
Wilde
movie's
is
hilarious.
so hot. I
Hmm.
don't really. I would say it's a D. So I mean, that's up to you.
I think it's hilarious, but again,
I
comparatively
mean,
to what we're doing at
I'll.
Truth,
Do you think it's worth going up to C? Because
I'm
it's
looking
not
at the
getting
list.
higher than that for me.
Oh no, I won't put up higher than that. No, actually put it back down to D. Put it ahead of yeah. Because I know not only think there's been a lot of movies moving up higher in this tier list.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm done with that. Yeah.
We're gonna breeze through this one. Putty has to
Okay.
go.
No, it's fine. So
Kick Ass 2. This movie sucks.
I'm okay with that. I love the first Kick-Ass. I'll put it out there. The first Kick-Ass is
Absolutely.
amazing. They I don't know what they're thinking with this one. And then Jim Carrey revolts against this because of the violence too, by the way. So
So, I mean, Jim Carrey's pretty good in it, to be honest. But
yeah, I
in the first movie, you had McLovin coming off like he was like at the peak of his career. Uh, Christopher Mintz-Platz.
Mm-hmm.
You had Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was really good in it. He's in this too. You had Nick Cage, who's not in this. You had Chloe Moretz at the peak of her career, where
Oh, her
everything was
first.
going gold for her. And then this movie came out like in the midst of like all of those crappy movies that she was making coming out.
This movie right here, I didn't know who she was until this movie. And Hit Girl in this movie is freaking amazing. We'll never have a moment. You know how there's always those movies where you have a moment that you just contain in glass and go, whenever we talk about fight scenes or things of that nature, that's what you talk about. Hit Girl's that final scene in Hit Girl with Hit Girl. Oh, it is. I can rewatch that one scene alone constantly
Oh,
because it's
that's a
so kick
wicked
ass.
scene.
Oh, love it. Anyway, moving on because there's a lot here. So
Mr. Popper's Penguins, we won't, we're not even going to talk about this. It's slightly better than Dumb and Dumber 2, I
yeah,
guess.
I never liked it.
Okay, I'll put it, I'm keeping it ahead of Kick-Ass because Kick-Ass sucks.
Okay.
Um, Number 23. Okay, I actually kind of like this movie,
I do
Guilty
too.
Pleasure. I think it's really weird.
I
Um,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually put above Christmas Carol.
I'm going to also agree with you. Don't tell anybody.
It's probably one of his best dramatic roles he's ever done. I think. I mean, I know there's one another one coming up and everything, but it's one of him. So,
Yeah, I can give you that. Okay, I really like Yes Man.
so here's my thing. I like this too, but not high enough for A or B in my eyes.
For me, I
Um,
would put it at the top of B. So where would you put it?
I'm actually I put it behind number 23. So
Okay,
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm with you on
I'm
that.
gonna
But
do
yeah,
this because I
I'm
don't
down.
fucking that shouldn't be there.
I agree. I
Ace
agree.
Ventura.
This is when we get. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's still to this day. It's probably one of the most hilarious movies in my eyes. I couldn't believe that I still liked it when I saw it years ago. For me, it's an S. I'm just be honest with you.
Let's rank this list on the same scale base that we did the SNL one. And like this is
Okay.
important
Yeah,
and I think it should be there.
I agree. 100%.
Okay.
Hmm.
I may have to also zoom out one more. Okay.
Oh, here's
Ace
where it's gonna
Ventura
get
2.
tricky. So I don't feel like this approved on the first movie, but it was really good. The question is it well enough? Why did I still see I'm fine with a little D. Never mind. Did I say that? Anyway.
Whoa. Uh
um
this is
so
funny, but it doesn't improve at all on the first, like you said.
mm-mm. I would say an A just because of that, but I'm not down for one more.
Buddy, I'm like in the
Oh,
top of
lower?
I'll
Really?
give it I would be in D. So where you said A. So
Yeah.
do you want to agree on somewhere over here?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, still to this day, the first Jim Carrey has always been the best one, so I don't doesn't
The
bother
first
me.
Jim Carrey is the best one.
I mean, first Shakira, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's called Jim
where do you
Carrey.
want it here?
Behind Horton, 100% behind Horton. Actually, move Horton above Christmas Carol. I think Horton's better than Christmas Carol. I
Okay, I
think.
think Horton should go here.
Yeah. So,
Um, Lemony Snicks
so
or
now
Lemony
here's the
Snickets.
situation: are we going based on movie or performance? Because as far as Lemony Snickets, as far as what's his name, oh my God, that's such an amazing character.
I mean, it's a
The
bit
movie
of both.
I liked the movie. I mean, they did a Netflix series. I liked that one as well. I didn't read the book, so I became a fan of this, and I don't know if I would ever read the book, but it piques my interest because of what of this movie is. So
Are you
yeah,
satisfied with that?
I'm satisfied with that. Yep.
Because I don't think I can go any higher than that. Batman
Okay,
Forever.
that's a D for me.
Um,
Well, okay,
I would put it here
okay, I'm okay with that. Yep, I'm 100% okay with that.
because I don't think. I mean, actually, you know what? I'm sorry, I can't. That's definitely better. That's definitely better than this as well.
Okay.
Than Christmas Carol. But now I think Batman is better than Ace Ventura 2.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm also I think what the problem was is that we're going off of Batman Returns, and it's such a dramatic change. I liked him as the Riddler, but at the same time, I missed the old-fashioned version of Riddler. He just, but you heard how what's his name felt about Jim Carrey. He did not like him on set, and I felt like
Yeah,
that really
he
kind of
didn't
ruined
want
it.
to deal with his chicanery or whatever he said.
Yeah, exactly. So,
His buffoonery.
all right, all right,
Um,
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty. I don't dislike this movie, but it's not anything special. I
I
mean, like
agree.
for me, it would be somewhere in the seas.
Okay, thank God you said that because I was gonna say if you say B, I'm okay if it's lower B. I don't know about the Phillips movie. I would say it's better than the Christmas Carol. That's as far as I can go. I don't know about the other movies, so you can tell me if you think
I'm
it's better
okay with
than.
that.
Okay.
Dumb and Dumber with the weirdest poster I've ever seen.
I know, right?
Um,
That's an A for me. Oh, I'm down
really,
for
I think it's better than Ace Ventura.
really.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, there's a lot more funnier stuff in this than Ace Ventura. But the only reason I don't want to put it up, I guess, because Ace Ventura is the first movie. But you know what? Actually, put it ahead. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I think it is a better movie. It's more fun, and it's better Jim Carrey too. Am I
yeah.
right or
I
wrong in
mean, Ace
saying that? Yeah.
Ventura has a more coherent movie, but I don't know if it's as memorable.
Well, there's a lot of quotes they do from this from Dumb and Dumber. I mean, most annoying sound in the world.
Yeah,
Um, uh,
exactly.
I still to this day, if I spray anything in my mouth, I'll spray it to the side just for the humor of it and everything. Like, there's little things out there that just happen in that movie that make it so great.
Putty
So,
still has the spray Banaka.
when I was using
Um,
before.
Earth Girls are
Okay,
easy.
you're probably getting mad at me. I want this as A. I love Earth Girls as
You're
or Easy.
literally psychotic.
I love this movie. Again, I understand it
Okay,
going low. It's not the great movie.
I don't think it's bad, but based on the fact of I can't let it get that high on this list just for logical purposes, I have
All
to give
right.
it a D.
So can we make an agreement and go C? Go in the
Yes,
middle? Okay. I'm okay with that.
because it's not. I actually don't even dislike this movie. I think it's fine,
Hmm.
but there's no way in hell I'm giving you an A on Earth Girls Are
That's
Easy.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. But it's not there's only two Jim Carrey movies that I will always go back to, and we haven't gotten those yet. So, well,
Okay,
actually three, but yeah.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
This is probably one of his best dramatic roles. There's
This
only one
is
other dramatic role
probably the best movie he's ever made.
ever, really. You think so? I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, for me, it's gonna be an A. For me, it's an A. If you want to go higher than
I would
that, I
give it
can
an
live with that.
S.
I'll give it to you.
Okay, but I'm not giving you Sonic in an
Oh,
S.
what? Well, no. See, I'm not. You're surprised. I'm probably not gonna put Sonic, but there's
Okay,
another movie I want to S that I don't
that's
think you're
fine.
gonna give me.
Fun with Dick and Jane. Oh wait, you're
Uh,
not getting the Grinch in the S. All right, there's
no,
zero percent.
no. It's
There's
not Grinch either.
zero
It's
percent
not Grinch.
chance because I give
It's
that
not
a
Grinch.
freaking hard F.
No, it's not getting a hard F. I promise you, it's not getting a hard F. But anyway,
Fun with Dick and Jane.
so for me, this would be a B. B high C.
I'd go high C,
Okay, I'm okay with that.
like somewhere here. Is it better than
Oh,
Lemony Snickets? You can have that.
okay, that's fine. Because you're gonna go F, I'm going S. Just because
Okay, so let's
I
pick
want it to go
somewhere.
even.
So let's go perfectly in the middle
All right, I'll live with that.
of the list so far. We didn't even have to have a discussion there because I genuinely dislike this movie. Like I
And
think
I
it's
love it.
horrible.
I think it's the best Grinch version they've ever done. I watch it every year. It is
The
my. I
animated
love it so much.
the cartoon, the new cartoon one is so good.
I need to watch it though. I do need to watch it, but still, I love this movie. I watch it every year. It's the only Christmas thing I watch every year. I literally will actually go out and watch on Christmas. I love The Grinch. Anyway, you want
All
to
right,
move on?
liar, liar.
Liar Liar is very fun. I feel like we need something in A, and I feel like Liar Liar fits perfectly in A.
As a Jim Carrey, we're ranking these as Jim Carrey movies, and
Yes, I
yes,
understand.
I
Yes.
agree with you.
Okay, here's
Um,
one.
Man on the
So
Moon.
this is where the two that I'm gonna. I don't know if you're either gonna agree or disagree. For me, Man on the Moon is S.
I don't
I
think it's
love Andy
S.
Kaufman.
I don't think it's S, but I do think it's really good. I think it's kind of boring is
Oh,
where it loses it for me.
going back to your own thing, where does it come in when it comes to like that? Because wouldn't this necessarily be SNL sketch two, especially since they do the Andy Kaufman bits of
Yeah,
Mighty Mouse?
I mean, you know what? You're not far off on that.
I just thought about that because he does the Mighty Mouse bit in this movie, which isn't SNL sketch and everything, and they go back. But either way, for me,
I would give you
I'm a,
this.
Andy Kaufman I loved Andy Kaufman. I loved his shenanigans with the wrestling and everything, and I felt like Jim Carrey did him perfectly. I don't think anybody else could get Andy Kaufman the way Jim Carrey did, and I didn't think Jim Carrey could do it. To be honest with you, I was afraid when he did it, and he did it. So anyway, moving on.
Me, myself, and Irene. I think this is an A.
I agree with you 100%. I don't want to be ahead of Man on the Moon, but I think it's ahead of Liar Liar. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I can
yeah.
agree with that too. I think this is such a one. This falls into a category of like underrated movies that people like forget even exist.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Okay, Once Bitten.
I've seen this, and I don't remember too much about it to really give it a rating.
It's not the worst. It's probably like somewhere here. I'll give you Burt Wonderstone ahead of it.
That's fine. I can live with that.
It's watchable. I don't remember him being in this, so I'm not putting that. Cable Guy.
Okay, so I feel like I love here's my thing. Cable Guy gets a very, very bad rap. I feel like later on people started finding it to be good. You really think it's an S movie?
No.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. So, so for me, it would be B or A, but I can understand if it goes low.
I would do legitimately, I would do this.
100%. I'm down with that.
I might even
100%.
go ahead of that, but I don't want to because that Man on the Moon is
Yeah.
actually a really good movie.
Yeah. Thank God.
The
Okay.
Majestic.
The Majestic. See, I'm iffy about this. The Majestic was good the first time I saw it, but I never would go back for it, and that's the weird thing about it.
I'd give it like somewhere here, like maybe this,
I can live with that.
like maybe behind number 23 because I like number 23.
Here we go. Remember, I told you there were like two that I really loved. This is the one I talked about. I love The Mask. I
No, I
religiously
mean I
still
can
watch
give
it.
you that.
Oh, thank you. Yes. No,
It's
if you haven't,
because it's these three movies are what made Jim Carrey.
and The Mask, if you're, let's put it this way, The Mask, here's my problem. I did read the comic books, but not all of them, but I did read some of the comic books because anything that was violent back in that day that people didn't think were violent, I picked up. I was so excited. Like Ninja Turtles, not the Archie ones, the actual Mirage versions were very violent. Mask was very violent, but I didn't think the Mask movie was going to be good. And that honestly, everyone says Ace Ventura is when they became a fan of Jim Carrey. The Mask is when I became a fan of Jim Carrey. That movie is so good, and even to this day, even though the effects are not the greatest, I feel it lives up to this day still.
The Mask is simultaneously the point when I became a huge Cameron Diaz fan and also the point when I
Oh.
stopped being a Cameron Diaz fan. So
It was the only time. I mean, the way they introduced her was like, yeah, I was just like Stanley Ipkiss. I was like, whoa, like I literally felt like Stanley
you
Ipkiss,
look
and I
like
wanted my own
Stanley
mask.
Ipkiss.
Hey, you know what? As long as I get my own mask,
The Truman Show.
underrated movie, great
Yeah,
movie. It definitely goes higher than C for sure in my eyes.
it's in B.
A, okay, I'm down for that. Give
Uh,
me an
is it better
A.
than? Is
No,
it?
I can't give it better than Man in the Moon. I'll be honest with you.
I'll do that. I can live with that.
And
I like Cable Guy better. I prefer Cable Guy.
okay. And oh, so look at what I'm wearing now. Let's talk about this. So I want to talk about this just because I want to say one thing. If people haven't watched my video when I did the review of this, when I first heard Jim Carrey was going to play Dr. Robotnik, I had mixed feelings. I was like, well, he could play the character, but he's not big or anything like that. But he went full force with this movie, and I could not believe I would like him as Dr. Robotnik, and it's amazing. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. Everyone knows how much I love Sonic, but I'm not going to be biased here. If it was me as a fan, yes, it would go in S. But being realistic, I'm going to put it in high B. But I don't know if you want to go that high.
Okay, so I was gonna say expect you to go A.
I'm
I'm willing to do this because I do think Sonic is actually a really good movie. I know there's the second Sonic is not on this list. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of really weird movies on this list. Which I've
I
never
think this
seen
is
any of them, or like I don't know his cameo in this movie counts or his
yeah.
cameo in this movie counts.
So
Um,
so with Sonic, I think this list was made before Sonic 2 came out. And still, even though Sonic 2 is not on this list, Sonic is still the better one. I mean, here's the thing. Sonic 2 is really fun,
Sonic 2 would
but
be like ahead of Horde and Here's a Who, probably.
yeah. I mean, here's my thing. Especially with a lot of these like video game movies, people are gonna say, "Yeah, you're biased because it's Sonic," but like they're really fun movies to watch. And you also got to stand back and be like, it's not realistic. You're gonna have to take it all in stride. Honestly, I'm okay if you wanted to move that down. I feel like you really
I'm
wanted to
trying
kick
to,
that
but it's
down.
not working.
Uh, and going back to people that might be like, "Oh, I love Mr. Popper's Penguins." It's an adorable movie, but like after watching it one time, it doesn't have the charm anymore. It loses it very quickly. Like I don't even know, I felt like I lost the charm during the movie, but it's made for kids, I think. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, that's fair. I actually really like this list. I think this list is really good. I think anything in this category, a S to B, is like a must-watch movie just
Mm-hmm.
generally.
Mm-hmm.
I think C is like you can have a good time with these movies. D is like you'll find a couple laughs, but they're not. I don't know if I would recommend them. And then these movies suck. Don't watch these movies.
Just yeah, avoid him. So here's my question: is there any movie here you think that since he's not here, that JD would be like, oh, it's got to be high on the list or something like that?
I think he would put Batman Forever higher.
You think so?
I think he'd put to number 23 lower. I
Mm,
think he'd put. I think he'd want Truman Show higher,
you
and
think
I
so?
definitely think that he would want The Grinch in F tier.
Well, you know what?
He's
We
the
have to
only
take.
person that agrees with me on The Grinch. It's really weird.
I know, and it's funny. Like you two are the first people I've actually met that don't like the Grinch.
It's such a
Everyone in my
bad
life.
movie.
It's not, but I don't understand. I don't understand how you don't understand the charm. He works
There's
so
no
well.
charm in it. It's just
Oh,
a really annoying movie with a really annoying character.
I can't. I can't. We're gonna. That this is. I feel.
I
I
don't
feel
even
like
like
we're
the
good with that.
original Grinch.
Me, I wasn't either. This made me love the Grinch. This movie made me love the Grinch, and it's funny. I
Yeah,
feel
but
like they're gonna
knowing
be.
you, you probably have some kind of nostalgia piece that's linked to this movie, and that's
No,
why.
because I never let's put it this way. All the Christmas stuff I watched as a kid, Grinch was not one of them. The one I always watched was the Charlie Brown one. I always watched the one with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all those like anime the things. The Dr. Seuss ones never interest me. I was never actually that much into Dr. Seuss. I was in always in the Berenstain Bears or the really weird ones was with like those Far Side ones like Where the Road Leads and it was all the black and white ones that had the rhymes in it. Those were better rhyme schemes than me when it comes to the Dr. Seuss. And see, the thing is, like, I put you see Horton here, here's who was on top, but you know, even me, I would even put Grinch higher than that. I know you don't agree with it, but that's just how I feel. So,
I mean, you're that's not terrible things that you've said.
uh, but I still like this list and everything. And I mean, again, like, I would say the least thing between S to B, 90% of those I'm gonna go rewatch again if they pop up. And like, my top three in there would be The Mask, The Man on the Moon, um, and then of course, actually, I've got to agree with you. I think I like Dumb and Dumber better than Ace Ventura, so I think that would be my third
Mine
one.
would
Yeah,
be Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, and Cable Guy.
really.
That's probably my
Yeah,
top three. I
makes
agree with
sense.
the mask and what it means in importance, but like I never think in my head, oh, I want to go back and watch the mask.
Oh, I love it. I've watched it several
It's
times.
not
Man in the
even I
Moon.
don't dislike it at all. I actually
Yeah.
like I said, it's I would agree with you to put it there, but like it's not a movie that for me has rewatchability. For me, out of all his movies, if I'm going back would be those three I said, and then maybe
Mm.
Me, Myself, and Irene. Like Liar Liar, I never want to watch it again, but I don't
Yeah, I
think
was the
it's
same
bad.
way. Yeah, I'm the same way. But see, that's the reason why I always go back to even the Truman Show. I would okayly watch it, but like Man on the Moon, I'm so happy at least it's not the top A because it there's a lot of people that don't understand how cryptic Andy Kaufman. It's like I don't know if you guys know the whole situation that's been lately happening with was it Nikado Avocado, that whole thing with his weight
Yeah.
loss and everything. I feel like he took inspiration from what Andy Kaufman did because Andy Kaufman to this day still lives down that the wrestling stuff was real. Still lives down that all the stuff that he did, like this other character that he brought in. I can't think of the name of it at the moment right now, but he stuck with his gut when it came to those. And you needed somebody that could pull it off and feel genuine. And like Jim Carrey pulled it off. And when it comes to movies based on real life, like life story movies, I put Man on the Moon's top on there. You know what I mean? Just like the Johnny Cash movie. I feel like it's one of those that feel it fits that top spot and is very, very good when it comes to autobiographical, which that's a tier list we should do, autobiographical movies.
Yeah, that could be another one, but we'll say that for another day.
I'm down.
At least we're starting to build up a list of tier lists we can do instead of just opening tier list maker and typing things in until we find a list. But thank you for watching this list. Let us know how wrong we are and which one is your favorite. And thanks for watching.